What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I'm going to share some of the items that sold on eBay and on Poshmark over this past weekend. And honestly, the sales this weekend have been really strong, and I've been making a lot of progress, especially in my Poshmark closet. So a lot of my sales have came from Poshmark this weekend, but like I always tell you guys, that's the best thing about posting your stuff on different platforms, because if one platform is a little slower than the other one will always make up for that other platform that's not performing as well. So if you guys are interested in these videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so starting things off with the eBay sales is this World of Warcraft figurine. And I usually don't pick up stuff like this, but it drew my attention because it was brand new in the box, and I know some of these stuff are definitely collector's items. And I have some basketball figurines that have been sitting in my collection for a very long time. Not my collection, sitting in my inventory for a very long time. But I decided to pick this up since it was only $3.99, and it didn't cost that much for me to ship this item out, especially since it was sold in California. So if you guys come across these World of Warcraft figurines, definitely pick them up. They sell for a decent amount of profit, and as long as you can get them for a decent price, I would definitely suggest you guys pick it up. Next is this Ketone striped shirt, and this is one of my favorite brands to sell. I don't find them that often, but whenever I do, they usually sell for at least 50 bucks. And this was sitting in the inventory for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so definitely not a long amount of time. And this one was in really good condition, and it even had the dry cleaning tag still attached to this shirt. So if you guys find Ketone anything, definitely pick it up because it always sells for a decent amount of profit. Next is a pair of Hoka 1-1s, and I've been selling these shoes for a very long time. I told you guys in the past that these shoes, for some reason, I don't find them as often as I used to, and that's probably due to the fact that it's more popular, more people know that they sell for more profit, or maybe the Goodwill people are watching these videos and they're, putting these stuff to the side so they can sell them themselves. Who knows? But Hoka 1-1, always a good brand to sell. These were in really good condition, as you guys can see, and that's how I was able to ask for $59.99. And since I offered free shipping, I wasn't accepting any offers. So as always, if you find these shoes in good condition, definitely pick them up. And the last sale on eBay was this pair of Adidas Crazy Explosives, and this is actually a pair of samples. The downside to this is, even though they were a sample, this colorway actually did come out. So these weren't as rare and highly sought after as I thought it would be. And I was asking $119, and I got a best offer of $100, and I went ahead and accepted that because I actually had these in the inventory for at least maybe 5 or 6 months. So as you guys can see, these do say sample all over it. They are a CR1 sample, says not for resale. So if you guys come across shoes like this, definitely pick them up because that means they are rare and can be worth a ton of money. But since this colorway actually did come out, the value of these weren't as, the value just wasn't as high. So if you guys come across any samples, definitely pick them up. Moving right along into the Poshmark sales is this Nike Tech Fleece shorts. And I picked these up the same day that I found those fake Don C shorts in the Lakers colorway. And I still have those shorts. Those are staying in the personal collection. I mean, as of right now, the Lakers not in the playoffs, but next year, I'll be talking my shit. So if you guys come across anything Nike Tech Fleece, definitely pick them up because these shorts still sell for a decent amount of profit, even though these did have a tiny hole. Next up is this pair of Haan 0 Grand shoes, and these sold for my full asking price of $59.99. I had to do some haggling back and forth with the buyer. They sent me 2 lowball offers. I declined them, and they eventually just went ahead and purchased these for my full asking price. So that's just a lesson for you guys. Don't be afraid to stick to your prices. And even though some sales may be slow since the summer slowdown is in full effect, stand true to some of your prices because for the most part, most people are just trying to grab a deal. And if you are already offering a really good price and a good deal, no need to negotiate. Next up is this pair of Adidas Aniki boosts, and as you guys know, I picked up about 40 pairs of these, and this one sold for my full asking price of 69 bucks. And we still have some in the inventory, but all of the larger sizes are gone, and I mostly just have size 9.5 left. So if you guys want a size 9.5, hit me up, let me know. Next is a pair of Nasolo Colano Oxfords, and these came out of the personal collection, and I had these for a while, but I just wasn't wearing them. I probably wore them once or twice, and I just decided to let these go. and they sold for my full asking price of 69 bucks. And these retail for about 150, so this was definitely a really good deal for that person. But like I said, I don't wear dress shoes as often as I used to, and I still have a ton, so I won't be surprised if I start letting some more go. Next up is a pair of Ugg Dakota slippers, and these actually sold for 45 bucks, and I had these listed for $49, so I didn't take a ton of money off. And this came from the lot of Ugg slippers that I purchased a couple months ago, where I bought 40 pairs of shoes from that Ugg outlet, and I still have a ton of these left. Thankfully, I budgeted these to sell relatively slowly between now and the end of the year. So I'm always doubling my money when these sell. So if you guys, are interested in doing outlet shopping and stuff like that, you do have to spend some more money, but it's usually better for me because it saves me time when it comes to thrifting and stuff like that. But it also is just good to know that you can have a decent amount of profit trickling in, even though it is a slower turnaround. It's always a good amount of profit that comes in. Next is this Oakley Hydraulics polo shirt, and I usually don't pick up these polo shirts, but my Goodwill had a ton of these. I guess somebody just donated their entire collection, so I picked up a few of these, and this is the first to sell for 15, and my original asking price was 19. So Oakley doesn't sell for a ton of profit, but this one did sell fast. Next is this Lululemon mesh top, and I had this listed for I think $39 at first. Then I lowered my price to $29 because I had this in the inventory for about 2 months, and then it finally sold for 26 bucks. So anything Lululemon usually does sell for a decent amount of profit, but this particular top just wasn't as popular as I thought it would be, so it sold for 26. Next is another pair of Uggs that sold for $45, and I was very glad to see that these are selling because I have a ton of these in my inventory right now, this particular style and colorway. So this one sold for 45 bucks, and I still have maybe 10 or 12 left. So I'll keep you guys updated on how these continue to sell between now and the end of the year. Next is a pair of very volatile boots, and I've had these in the inventory for at least 4 months, maybe longer than that. And these took, like I said, a very long time to sell, even though they were in really good condition. But it did finally sell for $15. So I probably won't be picking up this brand ever again, but I'm just glad to see that it finally did sell for 15 bucks. And like I said, I was originally asking 29. I lowered it down to 19 and finally accepted an offer for 15. Next is this Mitchell & Ness t-shirt, and this was also in the inventory for a while. I have a ton of these Mitchell & Ness t-shirts still in my inventory that I've had for well over a year, but they're finally selling very slowly, but they're still selling. So Mitchell & Ness stuff usually does sell, but it just takes a long time for me. Next up is another pair of Adidas Aniki boots that sold for my full asking price, and this one was in a size 9. And like I said, not much to talk about with these. I'm just glad that these are selling and I'm making a ton of profit on them. Next up is this FJ Titleist visor, and anything with the Titleist logo usually does sell pretty well for me. These visors usually sell anywhere between 15 and 20 bucks, and I had it listed for 20. I got a best offer of 15, and I went ahead and accepted that. And last but not least, in the Poshmark sales for this weekend is this pair of Nike LeBron 9s, and this is in the Charlotte Hornets colorway, and I had these in the inventory for maybe 2 to 3 months, so not a very fast turnaround by any means. But I had these listed for 49. They sold for 40, and I'm just glad that they finally sold. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you got any comments or any questions, drop it in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.